ABC, Southern Queensland. Every time I hear that song, I see in my head Queen at Live Aid with the whole audience holding their hands up and doing the familiar hand clap, and made me think, oh, I'd love to be a rock star. Sadly, that was an idea ahead of its time. But my three guests this morning have sort of got that feeling. Concordia Lutheran College is set to rock audiences this week as the college presents the world-acclaimed We Will Rock You. There are 107 students involved. It has been months in the making. And you know the story by now. Ben Elton wrote this going back quite a few years, set in a globalised future without musical instruments, God forbid. A handful of rock rebels, the Bohemians, fight against the all-powerful Globalsoft company and its boss, the Killer Queen. They fight for freedom, individuality, and the rebirth of the age of rock. Scaramouche and Galileo, two young outsiders, cannot come to terms with the future they're presented with, so they join the Bohemians, join the rebellion, and embark on a search to find the unlimited power of freedom, love, and rock and roll and Queen music. In the studio, Concordia Lutheran College's Maddy Geiger, who plays Scaramouche. Maddy, welcome.
Hello.
Campbell Venz, who is Galileo in this production. Campbell, good morning.
Good morning.
And playing Killer Queen this morning, Abigail Leslight. Abby, good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well.
It's lovely to have you all in. Now, I'll start with you, Campbell. When you hear, just played Radio Gaga, does that sort of create some sort of Pavlovian response? Do you sort of think, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to be up here or something?
It definitely does. I actually could feel myself getting into the zone, ready to say my first line. So
there you go. I noticed you sort of singing along and, you know, dance movements. So this is is this gonna ruin Queen music for you from here on in?
Oh no, I don't think so. It is a very big saturation of Queen songs though. Like I got to sit in my car and listen to some other than anything but Queen sometimes. But when we're actually in the musical and stuff, it's so much fun and the songs are really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you know, because given your age and given that this music was made, I won't do the maths, but many decades before you were even born, really. It's a wonder. Is this music stuff that you were familiar with before this musical came along?
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of all of that for a while now, like the 70s, 80s, 90s. It was all really good.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that?
A lot of it was probably me finding it myself. I like listening to it, but I'm also part of a band outside of school and we play a lot of that music. So it's been really fun.
Okay, so you're used to all this rock star stuff.
Yeah,
then.
well,
Gotcha.
not really, but I try.
What about you, Maddy? Were you a Queen fan before this came along? And it was sort of like, who is this Freddie
If I'm
Mercury
being honest,
fellow?
I wasn't before the musical, but now that I've been exposed to Queen during the musical, I love it so much. And yeah, it's an amazing genre of music.
Fantastic. So you've bought, I was going to say you've bought all the CDs. You don't do that anymore, do you, really? You've downloaded all the music.
Yeah, listen to it on Spotify.
But you've got the Spotify playlist, yeah. Fair enough. Abigail, were you indoctrinated?
I was, yeah.
Fair enough.
I've always been a Queen fan. My parents would play it non-stop in the car.
And your role is, and I mean, they're all equal roles, but in productions that I've seen so far, the person who plays Killer Queen, and you two may dispute this, but gets to have the most fun. Was that the one that you actually did you put your hand up for this, or were you just auditioning for whatever you'll give me? Thank you very much.
Well, I originally did audition for Killer Queen because I thought, you know, evil. Everyone loves to be evil. So much more fun. And I get to sing Another One Bites the Dust, and I get to do I do very little dancing, which is great because I cannot dance.
Right. Okay.
So I do a lot of powerful strutting and a lot of boldly yelling at people, which is not something I do in real life, believe it or not. So it is a lot of fun, and everyone has a lot of fun. But personally, I think my role is so much more enjoyable because I get to be bad.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. Well, you two have just been put in the shade. You would probably think similar things about your role, I am sure. Campbell?
Oh, yeah, I get to have a lot of fun in my role, mainly because I don't have to be as serious as Killer Queen.
That's true. That's true. So better to be good than bad, you think?
Oh, well, I enjoy being bad a couple of times, but this time it's been quite fun because you can just muck around with it, like have fun. and not be as regimented.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair enough. Each to their own. Maddie, talk me through the journey, because these things take a long time to come to pass. So how long have you been rehearsing for this show, you guys?
It's been about 7 months. So we started last November, I think it was, October, November. So we had the auditions, and then it was about 2-3 weeks, and then we found out our roles, and it was kind of like in 3 weeks we just started rehearsals, and it was a great experience, like seeing that you got casted and you're on the cast list and you're like, oh my goodness, and then we started rehearsals and you got to meet the people that you're going to be working with, and yeah.
That's brilliant. Abigail, how much time does it take out of your own life, though? Like, how long do you have to sort of devote to this on a weekly basis? Has that sort of ramped up as the production gets closer, or has it been full on right from the get-go?
Well, it certainly has ramped up, especially this week, because we're at the Empire all this week until about 10 p.m.
Right, okay, wow, gotcha.
A lot of fun.
Yeah,
and then the weeks before that, it depended on the character. Like, different characters got different rehearsals with their personal cast, because 2 casts. And then for every Wednesday afternoon, we'd have chorus rehearsals.
Right.
So it really depended on the particular character, but a lot of time and a lot of dedication goes into these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it makes it a big challenge. Campbell, when did you get time for homework and assignments? Have you got an excuse to sort of fail this whole semester? It's fine.
Yeah, I think my teachers will vouch for me when they say I didn't get a lot of it done. But I managed. But it was taking up quite a lot of time. It was for a really great cause, though. It's looking fantastic already, and we haven't even been at the Empire until today. That was our first day in the Empire.
Right, okay. So that was a little bit daunting compared to just rehearsing in the hall.
Yeah.
Concordia. Suddenly you're on the stage
on the
of
main
the Empire.
stage. It's going to be so cool, though.
Yeah, absolutely. How many does the Empire hold? What is it? 1,400, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah. And Maddie's getting nervous as we speak. Did somebody say 1,400 people? My God. Good Lord. She'll just be a complete mess. Although I believe, Campbell, that you were saying, and, this is what we do on radio. We take your vulnerabilities and expose them to a mass audience. You're not a natural performer. How do you sort of get into the zone of performing as your alter ego as a local musician?
It takes me quite a few times, because I'm not as confident as I would like to be, I think, because as a frontman gonna interact with the audience and stuff, but I find that really, really hard sometimes, and because I don't really know what to do. So it's just taking a minute, and it's the same with getting ready for the musical. You take that time to focus up quite a bit before you go on, and it's just a time where you sit maybe by yourself for a bit and really concentrate on your lines and what the character feels like and stuff before you go on, so getting your head in the right space.
Gotcha. That's fair enough. And just get into the zone.
Into the zone.
Yeah. Fair enough. You're going to teach Maddie that, fair.
I think Maddie's a bit more focused than I am.
Fair enough. Gotcha. Maddie, this musical, I mean, this was written a long, long time ago. I think back in, the early 2000s, I think, or something. You said looking for some information on your sheet. I don't know, a long time ago. Do you think that it's almost sort of prophetic, like, a future where there's no musical instruments and everything's sort of very manufactured? I mean, at the moment, auto-tune and software to make everyone sound better is just getting more and more advanced. Do you think this future could actually come to pass?
I think that it could potentially happen, and it's kind of scary to think, because everyone loves musical instruments.
Yep.
But it's just when we're rehearsing and we're doing all the unified movements and talking about the media and Globalsoft, it's all it's kind of happening to our world right now. Everyone's unified, and they're all on their phones, and it's all social media influences everything. So I think it's a possibility. Yeah,
it's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
I assume that you don't have a phone and you don't buy into this at all.
Yeah, I would like to say I didn't.
No, but I know what you mean. It's a little bit scary when you sort of see the similarities. What do you think, Abigail? I saw you sort of nodding there. Are we already there, or is that the future for us, do you think?
Well, I don't think we're already there, but the musical itself has been kind of brought into modern context because we reference TikTok, and we've got more modern celebrities like Harry Styles and all that kind of thing. And it is quite scary, going back to Maddy's point, because we'll be singing at rehearsals about how we need to get off our phones and we need to stop looking at the technology and all that, and we will do the synchronized movements with our phones, and then we'll like go for break, and you'll just see everybody sit down and immediately whip out their phone and just start staring at it, and you just see a group of people just looking at their phone, and you kind of just want to scream at them, no, stop, turn back before it's too late.
Exactly, yes. Have you not learned anything from this experience?
Guys, come on.
That's right, exactly. You know the scripts, you know what it's all about. Just finally, can I ask the three of you, and I'll start with you, Abby. Mm-hmm. What do you get out of an experience of being at a musical like this? And I guess any school musical, because you're working on it for so long with the same people. What does that give you?
Well, this is my first school musical, and for me personally, it's been an amazing experience because, you get to work with all the different people and you get to work with all the different casts, and everyone is so incredibly talented. I mean, I'm not on the same cast as Maddy and Campbell, but I've watched them perform, and they're both awesome.
Yep.
And it's just such a great experience because you get all the teachers and you get the staff wanting to come see it, and you get your friends coming to see the production, and all this hard work and all this time and this effort just amalgamates into something that's so incredibly authentic and awesome, and it's just an experience that you can't get anywhere else. Even in professional productions, I don't think it's quite the same as with your classmates going together through this really quite long process and then coming out the other side and going, we did that.
Absolutely. Very inspiring. Maddy, what do you think?
I think like being in a production like this and a school musical and performing in front of so many people, it builds your confidence so much. Like if I'm being honest, I lacked a lot of confidence, but from the musical I have gained so much confidence, and the connections that you make, it's so amazing. Like some of the cast members I'm friends with now, I was not friends with before the musical, and I'm so blessed that I'm friends with now. And even like your connections with your teachers, they just get so much stronger because you're constantly with them.
That's what I was in one musical, high school, many years ago. It was called The Boyfriend. And that was the thing. You got to know the teachers so much better. I was playing the drums. I wasn't up on stage. I can't sing for nuts. Campbell, what have you taken away from the experience?
Oh, all the good things. It's been so cool because it's just been, especially as someone who is like in the senior school now, getting that connections with people who were younger than me. Because I remember when I was starting school, it was really daunting to come up and talk to the older students because they were so much bigger and everything. I'm not saying that I'm bigger now, but like, but I've made so many friends with the younger kids, and and I feel like it's much easier for them to come and talk to people from the senior school now that they've got all these connections. Like it's just creating this wonderful community where everyone, and it's such a nice feeling in there anyway, and it's just a good experience.
That is fantastic. And just to confirm too, really quickly, you're not marked on this. This is basically something you're just doing in your own time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Completely extracurricular.
Yeah, fantastic, but a fun extracurricular to do. Well, Campbell, Maddy, and Abigail, thank you so much for coming in. Opening night is Thursday night. Maddy, it's only 1,400 people. I mean, you'll know them all by the first name by the end of the night.
Hopefully, it's 1,400 people, and we can get the tickets.
That's right, exactly. Look, it might only be 1,399. There's nothing to worry about. Friday at 7 p.m. and then Saturday 2 shows, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So if you'd like to book your tickets, you can book them through the Empire box office. But a terrific night out, a great musical. You will leave feeling much better than when you went in. So guys, I wish you all the best of luck. Break a leg. Lovely to have you in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.